So Ron, why don't you tell us about yourself and where you're coming from?
So currently I'm the VP of People at Lyft. I've been there for about 16 months. Prior to that, I was at Google and Facebook, and I developed my talent acquisition chops there. And at Lyft, what have done is expanded upon that to focus on people, HR, and facilities. And I think in startups today, talent acquisition is such a key aspect of it. It's helped prepare me to help grow the company as we see today.
Now, so when most people think of Lyft on the consumer side, we think of that fabulous pink mustache, right? But there's so much more to the talent brand that you're building at Lyft. Can you tell us about why talent brand is important and how Lyft is approaching it today?
Talent brand is key at Lyft. I mean, what you see out in the marketplace between the drivers and the passengers is all about the experience. And what we try to do is emulate the external brand internally as well. So when you take that talent brand, we focus on some core principles that really aligns not only to the drivers and passengers, but also to our internal employees and external candidates as well. So there's 4 key principles. One is like be yourself. Another is create fearlessly. The third is uplift others, and the fourth is make it happen. So we're trying to develop diversity of talent. And so if you think about it, we want people to be very authentic. We feel that they can be productive in their workplace. And also we want people to really emulate what drivers and passengers do and make you feel good going from point A to point B. So if we take all these skills internally at Lyft, we want to elevate that to the external candidates and have that as our talent brand. And we want people to opt in or opt out based on some of those characteristics.
And so what are some ways that you convey that talent brand when you're talking with candidates and even before?
Well, I think what we're trying to do is appeal to a lot of different backgrounds. Part of it is we want people who come from startup environments to large company environments, also individuals who have been families, and also live in cities and live outside of cities. But what we do is we tailor that story to the right channel. So if we're talking to parents, like what resonates with them might not resonate with early entry folks. So with parents, Lyft could be a product where you can take kids from practice to home, or you can work with your parents like who are elderly and can't get around. So what we do is we try to target the right message to each of these individuals and then convey that in a way that makes them compelled to join Lyft.
And so what I'm hearing is that whether you're recruiting a driver versus an executive, you tailor your talent brand to resonate with that candidate.
Exactly. We want culture is so important to us that we feel that if you can really embody our culture, you're going to thrive in our environment, and that's going to help us grow. What we have found before, if you're not a scrappy person, if you're not collaborative, not team-oriented, you're not going to succeed, and it's going to set us back. I think some of the pitfalls, even early on at Lyft, we were always trying to get individuals who were very passionate about our product, but what we found is just because you're passionate about the product maybe is not the right type of expertise we need inside the company. So one of the things we wanted to focus on was focus on disruption. If you like to disrupt or be involved with disruption, that you can learn to develop a passion for our company as well as our product. And we found that those individuals who like being in that space are going to move the company much more forward than just having passion for a product.
Do you find that how do you convey the importance of talent brand and shaping that with counterparts in marketing and in HR? Do you run up against challenges in doing that, or how do you get the whole company, not just recruiting and HR, on board?
So our co-founder, John, is very passionate about that talent brand, and it was very focused on the external market. But once you describe how it applies to internally, externally, we get the whole company rallied around it, and we feel that our brand team, our creative team, our people team are all aligned in trying to emulate that core concept. What we're doing internally as well is we have certain rooms. We talk about create fearlessly. Like there's a room that's being developed at Lyft that if you're in that room, you really embody what create fearlessly means.
What would you say to a recruiter who is just beginning to shape their talent brand, and they may be the only person in their role, or they may have a small recruiting team, and they're at that point where they need to not only make the case that talent brand is important, but also start to shape it?
I think in shaping the brand, I think they want to make sure that they have the right internal culture, and they want to emulate that in the external marketplace. That's a great starting point. And I think when you're trying to hire for that employer brand, you want to hire smart, hungry individuals versus a domain expertise. I think that if you focus on hungry people, invest in them and grow in them, that's going to help shape your brand and also shape your company. And going back to one of the things we talked about at Lyft, if you're passionate for the product doesn't mean that you're passionate for the disruption, and disruption is much more critical than just being passionate for whatever product you're in.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.